have been sitting close to the window, my window into heaven. My eyes fixed on Akka, that city in the distance, white in the sunlight, has been drawing the very soul out of me. I have been feeling the power of the magnet there.
At Rizwan 2019, the Universal House of Justice recalled the moment when the beloved master was released from the confines of this world to rejoin his father in the retreats of celestial glory. The message stated that at the conclusion of his funeral in 1921, his mortal remains were laid to rest within the mausoleum of the Bab. However, it was envisaged by Shoghi Effendi that this would be a temporary arrangement. A shrine was to be erected of a character befitting the unique station of Abdu'l-Bahá.
In the tablet of visitation, Abdu'l-Bahá says, "Make me as the dust on the pathway of beloved ones." This was a lead for me into what this shrine should be. It is humble, and it has gone under the ground, and this makes it very unique to see the garden coming and combining with the building. It is somehow a mix of garden and building together.
The site for the shrine of Abdu'l-Bahá is adjacent to the Garden of Rizwan, which was prepared by Abdu'l-Bahá as a place where Baha'u'llah could find rest in the final years of a life that was largely spent in exile and incarceration.
Abdu'l-Bahá would walk across the Firdaus Garden and the Ashraf Garden to the Garden of Rizwan to help with the development of that garden. So it's a special place. It's a holy place in and of itself, even before the shrine was built.
Abdu'l-Bahá shared with a believer at the time that his wish would be to be buried under the sands between Haifa and Akka. So in between the most holy places of the Baha'i faith, the resting places of the twin manifestations, the Bab and Baha'u'llah. So it is on this path that the pilgrims would go.
When the early pilgrims would come here, and they would arrive here by steamer ship, and beloved Abdu'l-Bahá would send a carriage for them, they talk about the fact that the waves from the Mediterranean Sea would lap up on the wheels and on the hooves of the horses. Because it was a path, the stand was packed down, and the carriage could actually go very close to the sea and be able to take them to meet beloved Abdu'l-Bahá.
We drove along a wide, white beach. To our right, a long line of palm trees. Before us, its domes and flat roofs dazzling white beneath the deep blue sky. Akka, the holy city.
When the pilgrims came, they were longing to meet their beloved. They were thinking about their beloved. One of the properties of this design is that it is well thought about the meditative path that you have to walk through in order to enter the shrine. The shrine of Abdu'l-Bahá is opposite to the Rizwan garden. And in between them, there is a path which has very tall trees on both sides. And in all these paths, there is nothing else to disturb your concentration and meditation about who you are going to meet, what was his attributes, and what you can learn from him. You enter the entrance of a big courtyard, and that large courtyard is the shape of the arms that wants to embrace you, with the terraces of flowers on both sides, like the open arms of Abdu'l-Bahá.
The construction of the shrine began immediately after the Universal House of Justice announced the project to the global Baha'i community.
Very quickly, the project office came together, and by June of the same year, 2019, we have been in operation here.
So the foundation was such a substantial element of this project in the beginning, where we spent many, many months leveling the ground because it's close to the Mediterranean Sea and making sure that we're starting off on a substantial footing. Once that began, it was a very smooth process that we went from the base foundation up until the folded walls and the portal walls, preparing really for this ultimate milestone of casting the roof structure, which is the trellis, which is also a very complicated fabrication process of milling these large blocks of EPS into these curved surfaces that make up the geometry of the trellis.